So you want a set of tires you can drive on year-round, even in the winter? Well, in that case, forget about all-season tires and think all-weather tires instead. Let me explain as we talk tires. For years, consumers have been buying all-season tires thinking that, as the name implies, they should do just fine in all 4 seasons. Although that's true in some parts of North America, if you live in the northern states or you live anywhere in Canada, you know that all-season tires are really 3-season tires, and that winter tires offer a significant advantage when temperatures drop and when roads start to freeze over. However, over the past few years, a growing number of tire manufacturers have started introducing what they're calling all-weather tires. Well, what are they? And should you buy them? Well, let's start by looking at who should stay away from all-weather tires, and there are really 2 types of drivers who should avoid all-weather tires. First is anyone who wants maximum grip year-round. That's because although all-weather tires can be used throughout the year, they're not as good in the winter as dedicated winter tires, and they're not as good in the warmer months as dedicated summer or all-season tires. Second type of driver who should stay away from all-weather tires is anyone who lives in an area where winter means lots of snow and lots of ice. That's because dedicated winter tires will outperform all-weather tires when winter is at its worst. Now, don't take my word for it. Here's what Yokohama's market planning manager told me when I interviewed her. She said all-weather tires in the winter, even if they have a 3-peak mountain snowflake logo, are not the best in snow. They are not as good as a dedicated winter tire. Now, I'll explain in a minute what that 3-peak mountain snowflake logo is all about. But she added this. She said, I would opt for dedicated winter tires just for safety purposes. So here's one of the major tire manufacturers painting a clear picture. Yes, there's room for all-weather tires in the market, but they're a compromise. They're a compromise you might not feel that much in the summer, but you'll definitely notice the compromise when winter gets nasty and when roads get slippery. Now, despite the fact that all-weather tires are a compromise, they're gaining in popularity, especially in Canada. Consumers are really drawn to the idea. Notice what the purchasing director for one of Canada's biggest tire distributors said recently when I interviewed him for an article that ran in Tire News magazine. He said, all-weather tires are very popular in all the provinces except Quebec. People used to buy regular all-season tires in the past, but now they have all-weather tires as an option, and they're available from most brands. The all-weather segment is growing really fast right now. So, clearly people love the idea of all-weather tires. They don't have to swap them out twice a year. They don't have to find storage for the unused tires in the off-season, and they don't have to spend money on an extra set of tires. Now, when all-weather tires first debuted a few years ago, they were available in limited sizes. But Desgreniers says that now, in 2022, they're available in a broad range of sizes for all types of vehicles. So if you're interested in all-weather tires, you'll probably find the size that's right for your car or your truck. He added this. He said, I would say that between 75 to 80% of the tire brands currently offer an all-weather tire, and it's just a matter of time before the others do too. Now, not only are we seeing all-weather tires available in more sizes, but they're also getting better. They're improving in quality. They're quieter than they used to be, and they're better in the snow than they used to be. Now, if you're thinking of getting a set for your vehicle, keep in mind that, as with all things, when shopping for all-weather tires, you're gonna get what you pay for. Desgreniers explains that the more expensive all-weather tires from some of the bigger and better-known tire brands, well, they offer a quieter ride, a more refined ride. While the lower-priced brands, they're a bit more noisy. And he says that they are likely going to wear out a bit faster than a comparable all-season tire would. He summed up the compromise very nicely when he said this. If you buy premium all-weather tires, you'll get the same mileage as you would from a regular all-season tire, but with better traction in snow and on ice. Now, earlier in this video, we heard about the 3-peak mountain snowflake logo. Well, what is that? Why is it important? Why do you need to know about that? Well, when you find the Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo on a tire, that tells you that the tire passed a test that the tire industry has set to determine traction in winter conditions. Now, we won't get into the details now, but I'll have a video out on the nuts and bolts of the Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo, so please consider subscribing if you'd like to know when that video goes live. So when a tire passes this test, proving that it can handle winter conditions, it can then display that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo on its sidewall. But what we aren't told as consumers is how much better than the test threshold a given tire does in this test. It may only be a bit better than what the test required, or it may have excelled dramatically during the test, making it an exceptional winter tire. So when you're shopping for tires, keep in mind that when it comes to that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake, there are good, better, and best tires to choose from. Now, arguably all weather tires are at one end of that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake spectrum, while dedicated winter tires are at the other end of that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake spectrum. So and then when you put studs on like they do in Quebec, then you're into a different traction level altogether. So that's why dedicated winter tires are better suited for harsh winter conditions than all-weather tires. Even though both qualify for that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo, winter tires are always better than the all-weather tires. So if you live in parts of Canada where winter's harsh, Desgreniers recommends winter tires. So in Quebec, for example, where winter tires are mandated and you could legally get by with an all-weather tire because it has that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo, he still recommends dedicated winter tires. Here's what he said. For those northern parts of Canada, winter tires offer better traction than all-weather tires. You'll be safer with winter tires if you have lots of snow, slush, and ice in your area. And he points out another reason why all-weather tires may not be the right choice for you. He said, if you have a sporty vehicle and you really enjoy the handling of your car, it's way better to have summer tires or all-season performance tires for the summer and winter tires for the winter, because handling with all-weather tires is not as good. So, to sum up, all-weather tires are what all-season tires should have been all along. They're actually a tire that you can drive on year-round. What separates all-weather tires from all-season tires is the fact that all-weather tires qualify for the Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo. That means the rubber compound and the tread are suitable for a variety of road and weather conditions in the winter. And keep in mind that despite the fact that all weather tires boast that Three Peak Mountain Snowflake logo, they are still not as good in winter conditions as dedicated winter tires. So who are all weather tires for? Who should buy them? Well, anyone who lives in parts of Canada or the northern states where winter is comparatively mild. Anyone who wants to avoid having to deal with tire swaps twice a year, and anyone who wants to avoid the hassle of tire storage for the unused set in the off-season. I think Desgreniers put it nicely when he said this. He said 90% of drivers just go from point A to point B. They're not interested in sporty driving. When it comes to safety, they're better off with all-weather tires than with all-season tires in the winter. So if that's who you are, if you're someone who just wants to go from point A to point B, then all-weather tires could be the right option for you. Now, some would argue that all-weather tires are a good option for those who want to save money. After all, with all-weather tires, you can save money by not investing in two sets of tires. You no longer need a summer set and a winter set. But we'll look at the math in another video to see if that actually adds up, if it makes sense. So again, please consider subscribing if you'd like to know when that video goes live. For now, thanks for watching, and I hope I shed a little bit of light on the all-weather situation, and I'll see you in the next video when we talk tires.